Hi everyone! There are tons of literature on how to create good, competent CV. No surprise, since your translator's CV is the very first thing your potential employer sees. Consider it your business card. Remember that a CV not only provides information on the professional experience of a translator, but in itself is a testament to his skill of structuring information. Believe me, employers always pay attention to these details. Thus, a translator's CV quality is mainly determined by how it is concise, literate, technically competent, structured. Also, it should have nice photo, appropriate content. Let us examine these aspects in more detail. Your CV should be concise, laconic. As you may know, the root of laconic, which is synonymous with concise, originates from Laconia, a region of ancient Greece. Inhabitants of the city of Sparta in this region were famous for their ability to express their thoughts briefly and clearly. It is estimated that when translated from one European language to another, a text grows in volume by an average of 20%, which makes its formatting difficult. The reason is the variety of descriptive phrases invoked inevitably by a translator. That's why the conciseness of translation is the first sign of great skill. Therefore, when preparing a CV, be concise in wording and cut off any details with no direct relation to the desired job. This will not only save your recipient's time, but also make your professional image look well-rounded. For a beginner translator, a CV should normally fit on a single A4 page. In case of a full-time job, when the employer comes to candidate selection more carefully, the CV may fit on up to 2 A4 pages. It may make sense to prepare 2 CV versions, short and long, if you do not have clear employment plans yet. In a literary translator is impossible by definition. Proofread your CV thoroughly, several times. Show it to your friends with whose good language skills you are confident. Often, even experienced translators overlook certain proofreading errors, which catch the eye of a discerning employer immediately. It can be misused hyphens and em-dashes, or no space after punctuation marks, or different fonts and heading styles. If an employer points to your mistake, always react calmly. Moreover, give thanks for the correction. It will positively affect your credibility. In some countries, direct chronology is the standard. Today, however, it is almost universally replaced by a Western format where the last job is indicated first. If your CV is prepared following all the traditions, be sure to localize it correctly into English with appropriate structure changes. The base heading may look like that. Of course, basic info, contacts, your location, skills, position is specified first, followed by experience and education. Perhaps the most attentive of our audience noticed a small cross at the top left. It tells us that we used here table formatting of Microsoft Word. It is the most simple and effective tool I recommend you for page layout. Technical competence of a translator implies the ability to work with a variety of file formats, as well as general computer literacy. I mentioned table formatting above. Always use clear formatting from scratch, no scans and the like. Table fields and borders should be in place. Even with a best-looking photo, your CV should not exceed 100 kilobytes. You can add a header or a footer with the date when the CV was last reviewed. After you have finished editing your CV in doc format, I recommend saving it as a PDF file. What for? This way you can be sure that your layout will not float after the file is opened on another computer. By the way, PDF fits much better too for an online preview, as PDF files are normally opened in any browser without downloading. Our Translation Technologies course also teaches how to work with PDF files in detail. This is also a safety issue, as to extract your personal data from a PDF file is more complicated than from editable text formats. No doubt that a good picture will enhance the impression of your CV. Use a portrait photo in business attire. You must always look into the lens of the photo. It will allow you to create the impression of confidence in your competency. Make sure the picture is well lit. Do not use special effects or filters. Use a photo made for the CV. Remember that your objective here is to demonstrate your professionalism rather than personal charm. Avoid unnecessary accessories, especially those covering your face. Avoid any facial expressions that could instill doubts about the seriousness of your intentions. Neutral smile is enough. Your dress is important, at least in the visible part of the image. Day-to-day business style is exactly what you need. If possible, try to make the photo larger, about 5 cm wide. Personally, I support photos in CV, but I should mention that in some countries, Canada for example, it is forbidden to put a picture of you in your CV in order to avoid discrimination. Do not forget that an image file should not exceed 50 or 60 kilobytes. You can easily get this in a graphic editor without significant quality loss. The content of each CV is unique, just as everyone's life is. First, it should contain your contact details. Specify several different means of communication. A home phone number will immediately tell the customer how to contact you in case of broken agreements, and the use of rapid communication means like Skype will further encourage customers to order. The exact date of birth is unlikely to prompt the recipient to congratulate you on your birthday, but year of birth, or at least graduation year, will give an idea about your experience. In the base heading that I mentioned above, it also makes sense to specify your language pairs, translation directions, and areas of specialization. Even if you have not decided for sure as for the latter, you should have a preference in this regard. By the way, my business webinars also cover the most promising niches today. Specify your time zone and internet bandwidth. Remember, specific figures always inspire confidence, as well as professional translation software you use. In the end, when you specify your personal qualities, try to choose the ones that are particularly important for translation. For example, assiduousness, attention to figures, constant expansion of horizons in your fields of work. If you have found this video useful, put a like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to Lingua Contact channel. Good luck to your business!